I don't know a lot of shit in this world, but I can't be afraid to verbalize my ignorance. In fact, that verbalization, that simple declarative sentence, is perhaps the only intellectual superpower a person truly possesses. Everything else is just data retrieval. I used to confuse humility with meekness, with shrinking oneself. But that's a gross miscalculation. Meekness is a performance. True humility is a posture. It's not about thinking less of yourself. It's about thinking of yourself less often. The universe doesn't care about my certainty. It is vast, indifferent, and operates under principles I can barely grasp. When I look up at the night sky, I'm not looking at a light show. I'm looking at an abyss of things I will never comprehend. To stand here, on this floating wet rock, and believe I've figured out the right way to live, the right political solution, or the definitive truth about anything outside my immediate sensory field, that's not arrogance. That's cognitive laziness. Humbling myself, then, is not a punishment. It is a strategic mental reorganization. It means accepting the Dunning-Kruger mountain range, the peak of false confidence you hit right after you learn a few terms, and the long, slow, agonizing climb through the valley of despair when you finally realize the true scope of the subject. Humility is the courage to stay in that valley, acknowledging that competence is a horizon, not a destination. If I'm genuinely humble, every conversation becomes an opportunity for revision. If I walk into a meeting or a debate assuming I am 90% wrong, I don't feel defensive. I feel excited. I stop listening for the gaps in the other person's logic and start listening for the gaps in my own framework. The most humbling thought of all? I am not the main character of history. I am a single fleeting viewpoint, standing in a specific narrow cultural moment, seeing the world through a lens ground by my own singular, biased experience. The moment I truly internalize that I am, at best, a contributing footnote to a story still being written, the anxiety about being right just vanishes. All that remains is the simple, joyous, and endless task of trying to understand a little bit more today than I did yesterday.